Hey, welcome back to Lucian Custom. So, it's kind of a, there we go. A little bit of a rainy day out there. But, I got the front end off of the Scion. Let me turn this around. So I got the, bumper cover off of there. Let's just look at the car real quick. You can see I got the headlights off. Bumper cover. Actually, I got the front bumper bar off too. And the reason for that, here's your bumper bar. And I have installed, or in the middle of installing, transmission oil cooler. And to do that, I drilled it. They got nut certs in there. That's all bolted in. I'll get this all bolted up before hooking up my lines to the transmission. Also, there's a mess over here. There's my old headlights. And one of the new ones that I'm working on. And I wanted to show you something. So, the bulb that goes in there, it's an H1 incandescent. I'm putting these beefy LED H1s that actually have a built-in fan on them. And to get it to mount in there, because it's got those little spring clips. So look, I had to unbolt part of it and squeeze it in there together. I got to get this back in there somehow. Figure out how I got it out. Got my holes lined up. Get my wires figured out and bolted back in. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm gonna try and keep this video shorter. I've been really long here lately, so I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna try and get that back installed and I'll get back to you. Okay, maybe I'm a dummy. I made that a little bit harder than it's supposed to be, but I'm still glad I took that mount out. Let me show you what's going on. All right, now let me reach over here. So here's your H1 bulb that comes out, right? Let me set that down. This big honking thing is an LED H1 that goes in. I'm trying to get those springs around to latch that down was a pain in the butt. What I didn't realize is you get this mounted down in there, because then you can clock your LEDs. I'll show you here. You get to see my new headlight before it's installed. So you get two up top, two at the bottom. So, all right. That one's done. I also gotta mess with that bulb. So I might put LED in there, although you're not supposed to. I already got my turn signal in there. All right, I'm gonna work on the other one. I'll get back to you. All right, I got her all reassembled here. Cover back on this one. This one is a 9006 bulb. I think I might leave it incandescent for now and see how it works. I still got to work on hooking these up. I have a plan I think I'm going to do. I guess I should show you why. It's because I got so you got the double halo rings around the bulbs. And that's the H1 right there I just did, LED. middle one here is a projector beam. That's your high beam. And then there's your turn signal, which I've already got transferred over the connector and my LED from my old headlights. So but you got to wire in your halos yourself. And there's two of them here. Oh, come on, let's see here. A little bit of a cluster at the moment. I'm working on it. But yeah, you get two red, two black wires, and I'm going to hook them up together. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook these into the fog lights. Because, my thinking, let's get up here, go over here to my bumper cover. So I got these bumper cover, these fog lights here, clear lens. I already got some nice LEDs inside those. So the thought is, I'm going to change the switch inside, because right now the fog lights don't come on unless the headlights do. But you can ground out that plug so that you can turn on the fog lights anytime you want, independent of the headlights. So we'll do it like that. So we can turn on the fog lights. The halos will come on without the high beam or the low beam coming on. And the high beam and low beam will be independent. Pardon the noise out here. Neighbors passing by. But well, I got my bumper back on, and you can see underneath here, there's my transmission oil cooler. I still have to hook up the hose. I'll do that when I get it back inside. Yeah, so I'm working on this other side now, and it's a whole lot easier with this right here. So you got a flat side, which goes on this side. Just kind of feed it in there real quick. All right. Let me get down there a little closer with the camera. There we go. There we go. So now push this in. That one locked around. That one locked around. All right. So now that part is locked in. This, so you got the O-rings here. It's got its own little harness. It's got its own built-in fan to keep it cool. And that will, you clock these at 12 and 3 o'clock. Excuse me, 6 and 12. Man, I can't spoke very well. It's horrible. Now your wire that would plug into the bulb before plugs onto there. Now get your other wires in there a little bit. Here we go. You get this pushed down in there and secured. Flip her over. Looks like, yeah, it looks like you're in the, we got them clocked right there. Okay. Deal with this wiring a little bit. You gotta get it tucked in there. A little bit of a pain in the ass because it's long here. Oh. Anyway, that's not that important. But yeah, so you get the wire tucked in there and you pull the boot up over. I'm gonna get on that. So before I jump on and start dealing with these halo wires, I'm gonna show you what I did on the other side. It's pretty clean. Here we go, let me set her down. So, there's your regular headlight plug, there's your turn signal, and look at that. All your reds together and all your blacks together. Nice little connector. Now on the other end, over on the fog light end, see I've got these right here. Ready weather pack connectors. They go together nicely. Sealed up. And then we'll have to see how it all works. I was looking at the harness there for the fog lights, and that looks like that might be a little bit of a pain in the butt. But we'll get it figured out. Get a connector on there somehow. All right, I'm gonna go back to the other side and finish getting the connector and wiring done on that headlight. Well, thought about it, and I guess I can show you how I'm doing these. So these already have tinned soldered ends on here, so they're not gonna rust out. Now, you got little ends here. You gotta put these on first. These little rubber skirts, seals. You get them on there like that. Let's get the other one on. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna smash that a little bit. Together, there we go. Okay, there is definitely a direction to these. You want them like this. Usually it's the easiest way to get on here anyways. And the reason you get these is when you get your terminal on there, you push them in, and these go up in there, and they up in the end here, and they help seal the weather out. So, let me move this a little closer and get you a little closer up of what I've got going on here. There we go. Now, it's gonna be a little hard to see. There's too much wire. What you want, you see these terminals here. See, you want it like this. So you want this back end, you want this to be grabbing the shielding, and then this end right here in the middle, you're going to smash that around the wire itself. But right now, the wire is too long. So we need to cut a little bit off here. All right, let's see. That is close enough for me. Okay. So I'll get the wire crimped in here. I'm sure there's a proper tool to do this, but so far this is working for me, so if it ain't broke. Now, that comes across Keep it nice and tight in there. There we go. Mash it down. A lot of force here. A lot of force here. Okay. Now, these two, let's see here. Switch hands. Yeah, there we go. These do have a direction that they go in. And you see your little piece here. It's gonna go in there. Let me check the other side real quick. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. Like that. Okay. Like I said, this has a direction. With, see this right here? That's your lock. Okay. Put it in there. Wait, before we do that, slide our little rubber skirt all the way down. Cover the wire there, or the shielding. Now we'll push it in, and see if we can do it till we can hear it click. There we go. Nope, not quite. Looks like it should be locking in by now. There we go. A little help in there. Yeah, okay. Now we can move on to the red wires. And again, we gotta trim it. That should be more than enough. Yep, it sure is. Down the other side. Make sure it stays pretty narrow. And a lot of force here. Okay. Now these two. There we go. Just kind of fold them over each other. There we go. And a lot of force. Okay. Pull our skirt back. And that's upside down actually. Right side up. There we go. Here we go. Through the hole. Part of the way. There we go. Yeah. So, see those pins? We have half of a connector here. Awesome. Not gonna come out. All right. That part's done. Oh man. You're gonna have to pardon me if I get all googly eyed, but I got the headlights set on the car. Now it's not all wired up and plugged in and everything. It's just roughed in. Let me turn this around, you can see this. Okay, see, still got the bumper off, bump cover, excuse me. But I got the bumper back on. That's in good. There's the transmission cooler, but let's see here. Look at that. Alexa, turn on garage door. That didn't help. Alexa, turn off garage door. Oh. My aluminum, that, I'm gonna have to polish that up, but oh yeah, that just looks so sharp. There's dual halos. This is gonna be a badass when I get this back together. Yeah, so I gotta keep trudging on. That's exciting though. That's some fun stuff. Not just all the mechanical stuff I've been doing here lately. Actually doing some fun stuff, getting some nice things on here, making her look pretty. All right, I'll get back to it. Well, it's been a couple days. I got called away, so. But I wanted to wrap up this video and wanted to show you the end product. So let me get this camera turned around and show you. Look at that. Isn't that sharp? Let me get this turned on. So I have the halos and those wired into the fog lights. So they come on and off with the fog lights. And then that's your driving light. That's your low beam, that's your high beam. And I've got LED for the high beam. I don't have one for the low beam yet, the projector lights, but it's coming. Let me pop the hood real quick. Actually, I'll grab the high beam. There we go. Ooh, that's bright, see? So the high beam kicks off the fog light, so the halos go off too. But that's okay. Yeah. Let me pop the hood real quick. Show you. Can we see very well? Oh, the other side's better. The other side's better. So. Here it is right here. Let's see. That's okay right there. So I chased the fog light loom. Here it is. And plenty of extra cord. See, there's my connector. Lots of extra cord. But so I created harness off for the other connector here, and I ran it to the wiring, but up here on the fog light. And let's see if we can. Oh, that's not getting good light. There we go. That's better. Those are little crimp over splice connectors with the blade style. This is a pain. Oh, hang on. I'll just grab a raw ones. So I got these splice terminals. This is what they look like. You just fold that over your wire. It splices onto the wire. And then the opening right there. So you get the blade style connector here. You put that on your wire. And so you fold this in. And yeah, so you fold this in, and that plugs into there. The only trick with that is you gotta be careful with this blade. Sometimes it wants to go to one side or the other. So if you're not checking both sides when you're trying to put it on, it might come to the outside and it'll never make the connection. See, it's there we go. It slides in and connects right here. And come back here real quick. Let's see, kind of hard to tell, but yeah, there you go. See, that's my external transmission cooler that I mounted to the back side of the actual bumper. So it's down here in the bottom. And let's see, no, there's no way we can see down there. So the way I plumbed in that transmission oil cooler is I ran it in line. So I didn't eliminate the existing trans cooler. What I did is, so the routing, the hot line comes out of the transmission, goes into the external trans cooler. Then it goes through the tranny cooler in the radiator, and from there it goes back into the transmission. And the reason I did that is if it's hot out, or if you're doing towing or putting a lot of strain on the transmission, what comes out of the transmission gets cooled by the external first, but at the same time, on cold starts, you want the antifreeze, the way they have them set up originally is for your antifreeze, your coolant, to warm up your transmission fluid so it shifts better, because they want your fluids at operating temperature. But so anyway, that's enough of that. I appreciate you once again coming along for the ride. Man, I'm getting a lot done now. Getting more fun stuff lined up here. So I hope you come back for some more. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe if you like this content. I'll leave links to the products I use in this video. Again, they're affiliate links. But anyway, thanks again. Have a great day. Bye.